Good morning and welcome. My name is Sandra and welcome to my channel. So this morning I am going to be featuring one of the products I purchased in my American shipment recently. So the video is just up here or up there. I never know which way to point, but the card is up there somewhere. So I did a shipment recently from America using my using a shipment company called Shipito, I don't know how to pronounce it, and I got my FabFitFun box. So that video, as I said, is up there, and I bought some Colourpop products. So I purchased the new Colourpop foundation. I'm a little bit dubious about the shade that I purchased, and let me show you why. So I just went onto the Colourpop website. Let me go to that now. Right, so yes, I went to the Colourpop website, which is colourpop.com, and everybody knows now that Colourpop have introduced a new foundation. It is it's only $12, and I think they've got something like 35 shades in the foundation. Is that right? Something like 35 shades. It's a whole lot of shades anyway, which is really good. Now, what I did when I picked out the foundation, they have options at the bottom that says match by brand or find your shade. Me being me, I kind of totally ignored the match by brand bit. I just went for find your shade. So you click on find your shade, so I've just done that now, and it gives you the option of what is your undertone. So you can have neutral, warm, cool. So I obviously went for neutral, and in neutral it gives you the shades available for you in your dark shades. So the shades available for me were Deep Dark 215, which is described as neutral foundation with rich ebony undertones for very deep dark skin tones. The next one was Deep Dark 205, neutral foundation with red undertones for deep dark skin tones. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a classic neutral. I am very neutral. I can sometimes go for yellow undertones, but I am proper neutral undertones. The next one was Deep Dark 200, which was neutral foundation with reddish pink undertones for deep dark skin tones. The next one from there was Deep Dark 195, which was neutral foundation with reddish undertones for deep dark skin tones. So I was very confused with these shades because these were all supposed to be under neutral, yet their descriptions all talk about reddish undertones for deep dark, and I was like, what? And when I looked at the Deep Dark 195, I thought, okay, that could possibly be me. And then the next one after that was, let's get this right, the next one was 165, which was neutral foundation with golden olive undertones for dark skin tones. See, that sounded like me, but then when I looked at that picture, it looked way too light. It looked more like a colour for my daughter. So again, I wasn't sure, so I just bought both of them, 195 and 165. Now, if I had done, let me go back a bit here. If I had done match by brand, I would have got something completely different again. So with match by brand, they give you the options of brands to choose: MAC, Studio Fix, Fenty, Estee Lauder, Maybelline. Those are the 4 options they've given you. So in MAC, I wear NC50, NC55, and sometimes I can get away with NW47. So I clicked on, so this morning I clicked on the MAC Studio Fix and looked at the shades available. So they had NC46, NC50, then NW10. So they didn't have NC55 and they didn't have NW47. Oh yes, they do, they've got NW47. So under NC50, let me do that, the shade they matched me to was Dark 175. So that's completely different from what I've got. And that looks like that. This is Dark 175. I don't know if you can see that properly. Then if I did NW47, let me do that. They matched me to Deep Dark 190. Okay. Then if we go to Fenty, so in Fenty I am 440, so let me go 440 for Fenty. So 440 in Fenty, they match me to Deep Dark 190. So Deep Dark 190 has come up 3 times now, so that's why I'm thinking I may have got the wrong shade. And The other options they have was Maybelline Fit Me. So Maybelline Fit Me, I am 362, that's a perfect shade, which they haven't got. They've got 355, 360 and 368. So I'll go for 360. And in 360 they match me for Deep Dark 195. So that's the first time 195 has come up. So I haven't got a clue. I really haven't got a clue what shade I am today. Right, so let me give you a quick description of what they say about the foundation. Right, let's have a look. So No Filter Matte Foundation. Let me show you the bottles first of all. So this is the 165. So that's the 165, and you can see there's no lid. It's just the pump, but it's a lockable pump. Okay, so that's the 165, and let me show you the 195. Oops, there's a 195. It's a pretty designed bottle with little stars and everything on it, and you can see what I mean about it being very red. So I'm obviously not going to be using that today. I think I'm just going to give this to my daughter, because I think this could be a perfect colour for my daughter, so she gets that. Must remember to give that to her once she wakes up, that is. And so the description for the foundation is, they call it a no filter matte foundation. So that's the other reason why I thought, oh, let me give this a go, because you know I'm a very oily skin girl and I need matte finishes. I don't need dewy or luminous or anything like that. I need matte. So they say it's developed for the selfie age. Our full coverage natural matte foundation delivers flawless looking skin from day to night. The oil-free lightweight formula blends smoothly and is easily customizable to create the coverage you want. Build it up or shear it out. It was developed with innovative soft blurring pigments to develop true colour while looking and feeling natural. The lockable pump is easy to use and keeps your routine mess free. As always, 100% cruelty free and vegan, and it's 25 ml and it's 0.85 fluid ounces, so it's a little bit less than you normally get in a foundation bottle, which is 30 millilitres, 1 fluid ounce, but that's all good. And they say for application, start in the centre of the face, blend foundation outwards. For maximum coverage, use large foundation brush, medium foundation brush or flat kabuki brush. For medium coverage, use duo fibre brush, small duo fibre brush or a blending sponge. Build it up and apply another layer for more coverage. Apply no filter concealer to brighten under eyes or cover blemishes and uneven skin tone. And set with no filter loose setting powder or no filter sheer matte pressed powder. Right, okay, so that's all done. So that's the foundations. Let's get the foundations. I already had 2 concealers. So the 2 concealers I had were number 46, which I use as my under eye brightener, and I had 54, which is sort of my skin tone. So I'll be using that to do my blemishes before applying the foundation. I also bought another concealer because it's the colour they recommended to go with the 195. So that's this one, and this is number 50. So I might try that today actually. You'll see the difference in colours. Okay, so this is 50, this is the 54. This one looks like it's a little bit more red undertoned. So I'm going to try that to do my blemishes on my skin today. And then I also bought a no filter setting powder. They had 3 setting powders. They had the translucent, which is a traditional sort of white clear colour. They had like a banana powder, and they had this one here, which is the translucent medium deep. Right, so I'll be using that to set my face. Okay, shall we start? And wish me luck, because I really think the foundation, I'm going to have a, well, we'll see, we shall see. Right, so mirror in hand, let us do the number 50 no filter concealer. Let's cover up some of my blemishes, because I got a hell of a lot of those. So let's do that first of all. Actually, I'm not too bad this morning, considering my skin is not too bad. I've obviously moisturised my face already and primed my face, so I did that before I came on film. If you're wondering about that sound in the background, that's my fan. Again, I'm of a certain age group. It's hot like hell. I sweat like crazy. I need a fan on all the time. Okay, so here's 195. Let's put some of this on. I don't know if you need to shake it, but I'm going to shake it anyway. What I could do actually, let me just do a little swatch of the shades on my face, just to see, because I've got some of my other foundations here, so I can see how the colour compares to the other foundations I wear. So this is the Colourpop 195. Oh, I didn't show you my new blender. I got the new Sapphire beauty blender. Right, so let's just put that there. Put a little swatch of the colour there. Oh, hello. This might be alright. That might be alright. Oh, I think I can stop panicking. Right, here's the Beauty Bakery number 13, I think it was. Yes, this is number 13 Beauty Bakery. Whoa. Yeah, the colour's going to be alright, because look at the Beauty Bakery in this one. This actually looks like it's blending right in. Let me bring you right in. Hey up. I've got nothing to worry about. Look at how these two colours are just blending into my skin. So that's the Colourpop 195, and that's the Beauty Bakery number 13. I think panic's over, folks. This is the Cover FX N100. Okay, so you can actually see the cover effects more compared to these other two. Look how these two just blended into my skin. Yeah, guy, woohoo! All right, I think I can relax a little bit now, because I've got sort of my Fenty I'll do the Fenty 440 as well, just so you can see. Just for those of you who are using the comparison charts on the Colourpop site. So this is the Fenty 440, and I think they recommended, it wasn't 195, I think they said 190, I can't remember, but this is 440. This is the perfect shade for my skin type, so you can see what this looks like on me. So 440 going on here. Yeah, so 440 has just blended in completely. So 440 Fenty, the Beauty Bakery 13, and the what else did I say? What else did I say? And the Colourpop 195 all match perfectly together. Alright, so I mean, they all look good, so I'm happy. Because I'm happy. Oh, the other reason why I'm happy, time for a little mini celebration. This is how a 49-year-old celebrates, right? I've got my 1,000 subscribers. Booyaka! Right, okay, I'm showing my age there. I've got my 1,000 subscribers. I'm just going to monitor it over the next couple of days, because people come and go. So I just want to see what happens if the numbers drop down, because yesterday it hit 1,000 a couple of times, and it went down to 999, then went up to 1,000 and back down to 999. And it was quite funny, because when I uploaded my American shipment video, you guys are so sweet. Honestly, you're just awesome. You're all like, Sandra, you're on 999, you're on 999, celebrations, emojis, all sorts of things. You guys are amazing. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your support. You've just stuck with me. You're watching my channel. I feel like you're all kind of looking after me on my channel at the same time, because you just alerted me, Sandra, you're on 999. So yeah, thank you. I don't know what happens when I hit 1,000. It was just that the whole 1,000 thing became an issue, because back in, was it January, February? YouTube basically said they're going to stop monetizing channels now unless you had 1,000 subscribers, and I think it was like 40,000 minutes in a month. And it was like, oh shit, sorry, excuse my language, first thing in the morning. So that upset a lot of people, but at the same time it didn't really upset me, because I just thought, well, yeah, so what? You should be, you're not looking for freeness, you know, just work, and if you're serious about doing these things, just carry on developing your channel, and whatever will be, will be. People will get to whatever they're going to get to. I mean, I'm not really that fussed about numbers. I probably shouldn't say that, because you know, I'm not into this. I'm not looking to make myself into a YouTube person, a career influencer or anything. I do this because I enjoy it. So let me stop talking and put the foundation on. Actually, let me use my Colourpop Sapphire. Let me use that. Right, so I'm going to put it straight on. I'm going to do one side with the beauty blender and one side with a brush, and then we'll see how this goes. God, I forgot how nice and soft a new beauty blender feels. My ones are all so old and knackered. I just kind of get used to them. Looking good, guys. The coverage initially is, I would say, it's a light medium, sort of more medium than light. So I'm going to put another layer on, but this looks good. Hey. Oh, look how it's drying down. Oh, it's drying down quickly as well to a nice natural matte finish. do I need to put another layer on? Do I need to put another layer on? So that's how this side looks with one pump, and that's how my skin normally looks. Don't forget I have got concealer on this side, but match is good, isn't it? I'm going to put a little bit more on, then I'm going to do the other side with a brush. So I'm going to do a wear test, so I'll be going to work after this. Running late as per usual. I don't intend to work too late tonight, but I do need to make up some hours because I left early I left work early yesterday because I didn't want to get caught up in the football crowd. This looks gorgeous. Oh, if this stays like this all day, I'm going to be really, really happy. That looks really nice. Really nice. Yeah, baby, that looks good. Right, let's get a foundation brush. Right, let's get the old Tarte brush out. That was easily available. One pump. How easily does this foundation blend out? It is so easy. I love how this foundation looks. It looks really nice. I have been really lucky with the foundations I've been trying out recently. Really lucky, so that makes me happy. No difference in application with a sponge or brush. This is just a very easy to apply foundation, and it feels light and comfortable as well. So it's perfect for the summer. But what it's going to get tested today because it's going to be another hot day. When I say hot in the UK is like 30 degrees centigrade. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. By the time I do my editing later on, I'll put the temperature in Fahrenheit for you guys in America. But yeah, it's about 30 degrees centigrade today. It's going to be, so it's going to be a hot day. I don't intend on doing any hot kitchens today because I can't take the heat. So I'll just be doing some easy convenience stores, I think. This is what I'm talking about is my inspections. I inspect food premises, so I don't intend on going into any hot kitchens today because that'll just be too much. I remember once last year I went into this really hot pub kitchen on a Thursday afternoon or Friday afternoon, so it was really, really busy. It was baking hot. I think the temperature in the kitchen was about 42 degrees centigrade. I literally fainted. They had to help me out of the kitchen and sit outside in the patio to cool down. I literally fainted, so not doing that again. I never did tell my boss about that because he would have just been like, what? Right, let's do the time. So time now, time of application is 9:15 in the morning. So I'll be wearing the foundation for at least 7-8 hours, and I'll come back and I'll let you know how I get on. Because okay, so makeup is all done now. I am actually off to work finally. It's all looking pretty good. I'm looking a little bit shiny along here already, but that could be just the Colourpop blush I put on because it's got like natural. No, I'm talking crap. I am looking a little bit shiny along here, so it's going to be interesting how this foundation performs today. But at the moment it's looking all right. The shade, as I said, surprisingly it looked fine when I put it on, so emergency is over. I don't have to ask anybody to ship me over the right shade, so it's all looking all right. Lipstick and everything I'm wearing, so this is a Colourpop lipstick. This is all Colourpop eyeshadows. I'm going to put all the details of the colours and things that I'm wearing on my face. I will come back in at the end of the day and let you know how this foundation performs using my top system. Alright you guys, have a good day. Don't get too hot out there and just enjoy the sunshine. Alright, take care. Bye. Hiya, good evening. You can see my face, can't you? Alright, so I am back to give you my final thoughts and review of the Colourpop No Filter foundation that I was testing out today. The shade that I was wearing was shade 195. So when I do my final thoughts and reviews of foundations, I use a system called TOPS, which I created, and that stands for, the T stands for transfer, does the foundation transfer, the O stands for oil control, so how well does the foundation control the oil, the first P stands for performance, so how does the foundation how does a foundation apply? Does it blend well? How does it perform during the day? Does it fade? Does it melt? Does it separate? And just any other issues with the foundation during the day. So does it oxidize, for example? The second P is for price. So what's the price like in comparison to other foundations of similar quality? And the S stands for the shade. So is there a decent shade range available? Okay, so when I do this, I always do the transfer and the oil control together. And I have to say this as a disclaimer, I think, only to be fair to Colourpop, is the temperature today in the UK is 30 degrees centigrade. As I said, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's hot. It's really, really, really hot, okay? And I'm a woman of a certain age, so I'm gonna sweat. Alright, so there's a lot of oil in my face. I didn't get a chance to blot. About an hour ago I felt I was going to blot, and I thought, you know what, let me just stick it out for the next hour, because I'm going to be coming back and doing this final thought. So this is my face in very hot weather, pretty humid, and no blotting at all during the day on very oily skin. This is what you get. Alright, so when I do my oil and transfer together, and I use my trusted blotting sheets. So I always say this, so a good foundation will use 1 to 2 of these blotting sheets, and a not so great foundation will use 3+. But again, I'm going to say this, we've got to take into consideration the weather and what I do for a living as well, because my job involves me going into very hot kitchens, and I did go into a hot kitchen in the end today. I was trying to avoid it, but my timings were completely out. So by the time I got into the second kitchen to inspect, it was lunchtime and they were busy and it was hot. So alright, so taking all that into consideration, let's do this, shall we? So sheet number 1. Look at this. Right, okay. Right, sheet 1 is literally all oil. That's pure oil. Sheet 2. Okay, so sheet 2, so there's some foundation on there, but still a hell of a lot of oil. Sheet 3. So sheet 3, so oil and foundation. Do I need a sheet 4? I'm going to go on to... let me see if I can use this last one just to tap up around my nose. Okay. Alright, there we go. So we have 3 totally soaked sheets of oil and foundation there. Yuck, 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 yuck. This was sheet 1, and that was my forehead. These are the sides of my face and my chin. Yuck, 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 and treble yuck. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do my scores now. So when I do my scores out of 10 for each. But I will be, because I know some of you might think, where's she going with that score? But I am going to consider the weather, because to be fair, I have to consider the weather and the conditions. This is not normal British weather, okay? So let's go for it. So for transfer, hold the mirror up. Okay, oh god. Show my natural naps going on there. Right, so for transfer, yes, there was transfer. Once the oil breaks through, that is it. I don't think the foundation actually claims that it's transfer proof. Let me have a quick look. Does it claim that it's transfer proof? Oil-free, lightweight formula, blends smoothly and is easily customizable to create the coverage you want. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about not being transfer proof, so I mean it is. There's a hell of a lot of transfer going on there. So I think for transfer, particularly once the oil starts to break through, I've got to give this a 3 out of 10 because the transfer was there. It was full on. There's a hell of a lot of foundation there. So 3 out of 10 for transfer. Oil control, so this is the critical one. Yeah, the oil started to really break through. Let's think, it was after midday, so it's already gone past 12 o'clock, and I think when I really noticed it, it was about 1 o'clock. So I did 4 hours, so I did my minimum 4 hours, and that's what I do look for in any foundation, to see if it can hold back my oils after for at least 4 hours. So it did. For 4 hours it did hold back my oils, so it's already going to get a score of 5 for that, because you know, it did that. Now then my oils obviously started to go crazy. Right, I think considering the weather and the fact that I did put it through, I tested the foundation proper today. I am a naturally oily skinned person. I think I'm gonna have to consider that. So I think for oil control, I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10, because I think if it wasn't for the harsh conditions I put it through, I think it might have done a little bit better with the oils on my face. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5 for oil control. If you disagree, I'm sure you'll let me know down below. Performance, right, well, performance wise, well, let's look at the first few things. How did it apply? It applied beautifully on my face. I mean, it was no problems in application at all. It applied easily. It blended out beautifully. The color, it just matched my skin. Once it sort of settled and dried, it matched my skin. It dried very quickly after application, so you had enough time to do your blending and whatever, and then it dried down pretty quickly, so that was good. The coverage it gave was a natural matte finish, and it gave me the kind of coverage I like, which was a medium to full coverage, and that's perfect for me. It was very light, very comfortable, and it has felt very light and comfortable all day. I only started to really become aware of it on my face when the oils were breaking through, and that's when it started to feel really, really uncomfortable. But looking at it now, from looking at this side of my face, there's not much fading. I mean, I've been wearing a foundation for, you know, I haven't even checked in the time with you, have I? I didn't check the time with you. I mean, it's been at least 8 hours. What time is it now? So it's just after 5:30. Let's get this right thing up. Just after 5:30, so I've been wearing the foundation since what, 9:15? I think I finished application. So it's what, there it is, 5:30. So what's that, 8 hours 15 minutes I've been wearing the foundation for. So no, it's a decent wear test, and in hot conditions. So the foundation hasn't really faded. It still looks right. I mean, I can still see a little bit of the highlight I put on from my pink parcel box actually. So, you know, I can still see a little bit of the blush. So it hasn't faded that much. On my forehead, considering, because there was foundation transfer on my inspection cap, but it still looks pretty decent on my forehead. A little bit of melting and separation going on around here. So I will knock off marks there. But overall, it doesn't look that bad. Now that I've blotted, it looks okay. You can see the oil starting to break through already in the last 5 minutes. So I think, bit of hair in my mouth there. I think performance-wise, I think this foundation has actually done really well. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. I think it's done pretty well considering what it is. Yeah, 9.5 out of 10 I think is fair. For price, well, it's $12, which is what, just over £10, £11 in our money. That's really, really cheap. It's a very affordable foundation and it's decent quality. So, you know, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 for the price. Shade range, well, it's 35 shades. I think that's pretty good. A bit confusing about some of the shades and the undertones. It's very difficult to actually work it out. Their comparison chart didn't help at all, because as you saw when I did it this morning, I think I matched up with about 3-4 different shades. So in America it's going to be easier for you because you can just do your swatches and match. And for us over here, we're really going to have to just watch other people on YouTube and really try to gauge your shade and match yourself with someone who's of a similar colouring to you on YouTube. I think that's the only way to do it if you live over here in the UK. But yeah, shades, 35 shades, you can't really argue with that, can you? So I'm going to give it a 10 out. No, I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10 because they make it a bit difficult. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for shades. But if you think I'm wrong in that, let me know. There is a good shade range available, but I think difficulty in matching, it does make it difficult to match your shade. So yeah, I think 9 out of 10 for that. But overall, this is a nice foundation. Overall, I think it's a decent foundation. If you want a foundation for everyday wear, this is something I would wear as long as I've got plenty of blotting stuff with me. I did use decent primers, so I used my Becca Evermatte Poreless primer, so it's not like I didn't use a decent primer today. So You know, that's something I do consider. I don't think this foundation was really made for people with oily skin though. I have to admit, I think it's for people with dry, normal and possibly combination skin. But that's not saying that people with oily skin can't wear this foundation. You just need to do all your hacks and make sure you do decent preparation and walk with the stuff. So walk with your powders, your pressed powders, your blotting sheets or whatever. Just be prepared for that, especially in this weather, in this hot summer weather. But as a summer foundation, it's nice. I don't think it's going to be my go-to foundation. I mean, I think still my go-to foundation at this time of year is still going to be my Dior Backstage. I'm just having a look up there, my Dior Backstage and my Beauty Bakery. I think they're my two. I'm kind of wearing them a lot at the moment, and my Bare Minerals Bare Pro. They're the three that I'm actually wearing at the moment. I tend to just reach for those. Oh, and the Cover FX. Yeah, I'm just looking to see what's up there. So they're the four. I just kind of reach for one of those when I do my foundations in the morning. I don't really pick. I just say whichever one my hand lands on, because I know all four of them are going to give me one. I want each day. So yeah, let me know what you think. It was a very weird one to do a test in this kind of weather, so I don't know if my scoring is going to be fair, but yeah, I'm sure you'll let me know. But $12 foundation, you know, if you get it wrong, buy another one, hey? Unless you live in the UK, of course, not so easy. Right, okay, so before I go, I just want to remind you all about the giveaways I'm doing. I'm actually closing all of my giveaways this weekend. I'm going to be picking my winners on Sunday. So to enter these giveaways, you need to go to the actual videos which refer to the product. So the first giveaway, it was an end of June one, was the June ASOS beauty box. That's one of the giveaways. So you need to go to that video to enter, okay? Not this video, that video. And the second giveaway was also an end of June giveaway, and that was the QVC mini Tilly bag. So you need to go to that video to enter. So enter your comments on that one. Make sure you subscribe and follow me on Instagram. And the final giveaway was my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Yeah. So that's my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, which was the Becca Backlight Primer, the Bad Gal Bang Mascara, and the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in light medium. So to enter that one, you need to go watch the Benefit Bad Gal Mascara video, and then you enter it on there. The prerequisites for all videos, so follow me on this Sussex Sandra YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and do the third requirement, which will probably be a comment of some sort on that video, on each particular video. So that's the entry requirements. If your YouTube handle is different from your Instagram handle, please indicate on the YouTube channel in the comment section what your Instagram handle is, because I do cross-reference, so to make sure that I can see your names on the thing. And if your profile isn't public, I'm not going to know. So you've got to make your profile public, otherwise I can't do anything with it. If I can't find you, I can't enter you. Alright, so good luck. Winners will be chosen this weekend, and I will notify the winners on the YouTube channel. So under your comment, I will reply and I'll say you've won, and I'll also let you know on Instagram as well. So good luck. I'm closing it midnight Saturday night, and I'll be choosing the winners on Sunday. Okay, so the winners will know by Monday, Tuesday. Alright, take care, have a fabulous weekend. Speak to you later. Bye.